In 1996, the gaming world was changing fast. Nintendo and Sega constantly battled for dominance, and it seemed like platformers were becoming the future of gaming. And at the time, Sony didn't really have a premier platform. And that's when developer Naughty Dog, yes, the same Naughty Dog that made this, introduced the world to Crash Bandicoot. Released in 1996, Crash Bandicoot quickly became one of the biggest platformers in the world, known for its iconic soundtrack and brutal platforming. It helped define what a platformer meant for Sony. My first experience with Crash Bandicoot actually didn't even come from the full game. If you're my age and older, you remember back in the day when you got the PS1 and some of these other consoles, they came with demo discs. There was different demo discs that came with different games. But I remember playing Crash Bandicoot and Spyro for the first time and absolutely falling in love. I remember me and my siblings absolutely begging our parents to get us Crash Bandicoot as kids, and finally they decided to give it to us for Christmas, and I just remember that none of us could beat a particular level. Yeah, this is just not a platinum video. This is a redemption story, not just for me, but for also my siblings. Because years later, over 20 years later, I am here to get the platinum trophy in Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot 1 has a total of 25 trophies, ranging from speed runs, boss battles, and collecting gems. But our first order of business was simply playing through the game. No way, that was my first death. If you've never played Crash Bandicoot, I'll do my best to try to explain this game. Crash Bandicoot is simply a platformer where you're trying to navigate through these linear levels and get to the end. There's pits you can fall into, there's jumps you need to make that are longer, there's enemies all over the place. The thing about Crash is that you technically just die in one hit if you don't have any protection. So if you run into an enemy and have no protection, you just die. That's what kind of makes this game hard to play, is that you die very fast. The game also doesn't have great depth perception, so you think you're making a far enough jump and you're really not. And it just culminates into a game that's just pretty difficult. But I was able to breeze through the first area with ease, grabbing some trophies along the way. Spin Doctor. In a single level, spin an enemy into another enemy twice. That's what those do. Earn a bonus round after collecting 3 character tokens. The trophy we just got was basically a trophy for getting our first bonus level. You unlock these levels by collecting character tokens, and this is going to be very important because we're going to have to do all of these bonus levels. I meant to do that. Spin away an extra life. Wait. I just spit them away like I don't get to keep them? I didn't know that was a feature. Do you remember earlier when I said this? That none of us could beat a particular level. This is the stage that I got stuck on as a child. And not much has changed since I was a child, clearly, because I got stuck on this stage again. Oh my gosh. Bro, please just focus on. The Road to Nowhere is a stage where you're trying to navigate this broken bridge. What's annoying about this stage is that there's enemies that you can run into that'll instantly kill you. There's certain platforms that you can't step on or you're just gonna fall through and die. So it requires precise jumping at the same time, avoiding all the enemies while keeping up a constant pace. Oh my God, here we go. Here we go with the nonsense, here we go. This is literally the level that made me quit playing this as a kid. Ugh. I already lost all of my lives? It took me a while, but I was able to beat this stage. Yes! Yes! Oh my God, finally, bro. Oh my God, I've been trying to beat this level for like 20 years. No, literally, this is the level that originally made me stop playing the Crash when I was a kid, bro. Oh my God, bro, this level sucks. Who designed this? The next few trophies all came from defeating the bosses, so I'll talk about each of them. First up is Papu Papu. He's extremely easy. All you have to do is run around in a circle and jump on his head. For some reason, I didn't record this, so I'm using a PlayStation recording, but yeah, he was super easy. Next up was Ripperoo, and I don't care what anybody says, this fight is RNG. The entire goal of this fight is that TNT boxes drop down, and you're trying to jump on them and time the explosion to whatever platform Ripperoo lands on. The problem is there's no way to consistently know where he's going, and you can't time it correctly because whenever you try to time it to a particular place, he just jumps somewhere else. This led to a very annoying process. Dang, it's taking forever. Okay. Boom. Jump back here. Jump in the middle. Bro, I really don't get what I'm supposed to do. He has not jumped back here one time, and now he magically want to jump back here. Okay, Ripper, Rue, whatever your name is. Bro, this might be one of the dumbest boss fights I've ever seen in my life. Bro, finally. That Ripper ruined. That was pure RNG. That fight makes no sense. It's literally, you're just guessing. You're just hitting boxes in hopes that one of them just managed to hit him. Next up was Koala Kong, and this boss is pretty easy. He's gonna throw rocks at you while there's also TNT falling. If you just stand on one side and hit the rock back at him and just kind of go to the other side of the TNT, you'll do this one pretty easy. Let this cart move, boom. There we go. Once you find out that you could just hit the rocks, it makes it so much easier. Cause I was like, I gotta dodge these rocks. Koala Kong, defeat Koala Kong. Easy peasy once you figure out you can hit him. Next up was Pinstripe Portaroo, and he was pretty easy too. All you do is stand behind these chairs while he's shooting, and once he's like reloading his gun, you just run up and hit him, and you just kind of do that on a cycle. Okay, right here. Oh, okay, so now we gotta get him up top. We'll see what happens. His gun is gonna jam here, I think. And then boom, there we go. That was easier than all the other boss fights. It mostly was just waiting and then hitting. But Pinstripe Patooey, defeat Pinstripe Patooey, or Potaro. Next up was Embryo, and this is the first boss that has two phases. In the first phase, you're dodging these beakers, and after you dodge a set of beakers, you have to jump on this slime, and that'll do damage to him. And then once you get his first health bar down, he transforms into this big monster. And this phase is actually easier than the first. All you do is sit behind these rocks, and once he gets close enough, you jump on top of him, and jump on top of his head. Okay, one more hit. There we go. We should get a trophy. Nitrous Broken, defeat Embryo. Okay, it took a couple of lives. I'm not gonna lie. It took longer than I probably should have taken. With Embryo down, that means we only have one boss left. But before going to battle Neo Cortex, I thought this would be a good time to go and get the trophy on Cloud 99 for earning 99 lives. A lot of people recommend doing this trophy after already beating the game, but I feel like having 99 lives prior to actually beating the game helps a lot, especially if you're trying to go back and do some of those no death runs or to collect some of those gems. It just helps to have 99 lives so you aren't constantly seeing the game over screen, and it just makes the process a bit faster. Now, the method I was going to use to get 99 lives required me to get the green gem. In Crash 1, there are a total of 26 gems, with 6 of them being colored. The difference between the colored and non-colored gems is that the non-colored gems, you simply have to get all the boxes in a level and make it to the end. But the colored gems, you have to collect all the boxes and you cannot die at all in a level. So it's essentially a no-death run of that level. The non-color gems don't really have much use outside of being a part of the overall collect all gems trophy, but the color gems unlock alternative paths which some boxes are hidden behind. So when you go and do some of the non-color gem levels, some of them require you to have the color gems. So it makes more sense to go for all the color gems before you even start doing the non-color gems. What makes the green gem one of the hardest ones to get is that the level you get it in is one of the longest levels, and it is the longest level of the color gem. So that means you have to do a no-death run through this long level, and there's a lot of ways that you could die in this level, as you can see in my gameplay. Oh my God. Oh, this is so annoying. Oh. Oh my gosh, finally. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Finally, bro. Oh, that took so long. Oh, that was terrible, bro. That took so long. Oh, thank God. After getting the green gem, it's really easy to get 99 lives. You just head over to Casual Machinery, and at the start of the level, there's a new path that's open to your left. You go up here and there's 26 lives sitting here. After you collect those 26 lives, you just quit the level, reload your save, and repeat the process until you get 99 lives. I should get a trophy for 99 here. There we go, on cloud 99. Earn 99 lives. It was now time for our battle with the final boss, Neo Cortex. And I gotta say, this was by far the hardest boss in this game. The way this boss works is Neo Cortex is gonna shoot different color bullets at you. Your goal is to dodge the ones that are purple and blue, and then you hit the green ones back at him. Now, what made this fight personally hard for me is sometimes the hitboxes on the bullets didn't really make any sense. My gosh, bro, they're like, it's like barely clipping me. What am I getting hit by? There wasn't even anything there. As you can see, it feels like sometimes the hitbox on the bullets extend when they're not supposed to. So I'm clearly not touching them or jumping over them, but for some reason the game thinks I'm not and I take damage. After I ran into this issue, I just kind of adjusted how I was playing, made longer jumps, and I was eventually able to beat this boss. Bro, please. Yes. Cortex incapacitated. Defeat Neo Cortex. Bro, that was ridiculous. That last fight was ridiculous. Go ahead, Crash. Get you some of that. Yo. Now that we beat all the bosses, now it's time for the stuff that actually makes this platinum trophy hard. First, we have to collect the remaining 25 gems that we talked about earlier. We already have 1 out of the 26, so we'll need 25. Second, we have to get 2 of these lab keys. You simply get these by completing special bonus levels that really aren't that different from regular bonus levels, but we have to complete those. And lastly, the hardest part of this trophies is we have to get all of the relics in this game. We'll talk more about that trophy later, but just know, this is the reason that a lot of people don't end up getting this platinum, so we have a long road ahead of us. First up were the colored gems, and I ended up doing some of these pretty easy and getting some other trophies along the way. There it is. No holds barred. Defeat 5 enemies with Coco's spin. Wow, that one was pretty easy. And boom, boom, boom. Purple gem. This next trophy I gotta get eaten by Venus flytrap, but it can't be the one on the ground. I don't really remember. Oh, it's this one. There we go. Feed me. It just says die. Okay. Honestly, getting the rest of the colored gems really wasn't that difficult. To me, the green gem that I had got earlier was the second hardest one, so getting the rest of them weren't that hard, except one of them. To get this gem, you have to beat the slippery slope stage without dying. And this is one of the most annoying stages in the game. It is a long stage with a lot of ways to die. And I basically died every single way possible. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh. After about an hour, I was finally able to get this gem, and getting the rest of the uncolored gems were pretty easy because I can die as much as I want to. Along the way, I also got the 2 lab key trophies because to get the uncolored gem, you have to get all of the boxes, and some boxes are hidden in where those keys are actually located. So you naturally get these along the way. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh my God, bro. That took so long. That's the last colored gem. I don't know if you get a trophy for getting all the colored gems, but thank God. Oh, that was terrible. That was so bad. That one was so bad. I should get a trophy for grabbing his key. Right? Or do I need to complete the level for it to count? I should get a trophy here for getting the Cortex key in this level. I thought I would get it. I guess it counts when I actually do the level. I thought I would get it. Oh, there we go. Cortex Craze Context. Earn the key in Sunset Vista. I have enough? Okay, I do. Finally. Oh, okay. But I don't have a... Yeah, we're just gonna run for it. Run for it. There we go. Oh, that one was kind of hard, bro. That one was kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. That was not an easy one. Cortex Terrifying Trail. Earn the key in Jaws of Darkness. Okay, we should get the trophy for getting the final gem. If I'm calculating correctly, it should be 26 total. And that was 26. I thought I was right before. There we go, the ultimate gem path. Earn 26 gems. Before I get into these relics, I want to give my thoughts on Crash 1 as a game and kind of have some retrospective. Crash 1 reminds me of a simple time in gaming where people were just excited to play games. I hate to sound like that old boomer, but it feels like every time a game releases, it becomes a think piece of people trying to prove that they like it and people that don't like it trying to prove to the people that do like it that they shouldn't like it. And that's not what gaming should be. And I think one of the great things about gaming is I truly believe there's a game out there for everybody. And Crash 1 just makes me feel like a kid again, waking up in the morning and playing video games with my cousins, not trying to make a think piece of why I dislike or like something, us just having fun within that moment. Is Crash 1 frustrating? Yes, it can be a very frustrating game, but at the same time, that feeling of completing a very hard level is kind of unmatched, bro. It's like beating a really hard boss. You get that great sense of fulfillment that I feel like we don't really get a lot of these days. I don't know why I picked this video to have like that whole like oh, this is my opinion on gaming moment, but I don't know. This just feels like a game where it's important to kind of sit back and remember that games are simply supposed to be fun. Everything doesn't have to be this high quality thing that we need a billion reviews or a billion opinions about. Just enjoying the game. With everything else complete, it was finally time for us to tackle the hardest trophy in the game, which was complete all 26 relics. The relics are essentially speedrun trophies. There's no checkpoints. You have to make it to the end of the level in one fell swoop, and you're trying to do it as fast as possible. There's 3 different tiers to these relics. There's Sapphire, there's Gold, and there's Platinum. It does not require you to get the Platinum trophies, which are like the hardest ones to get. You only are required to get the Gold, which are still hard in their own right. Getting a lot of these relics really didn't present me with much trouble because I had ran through these levels so much. Also, what I was doing is instead of watching videos of people running through and getting the Gold time, I would go and watch videos of people getting the Platinum relics and replicate that. So even if I mess up a bit in trying to get the Platinum relic, I still was doing well enough to get the Gold relic. Now, everything wasn't perfect. I'm not gonna go through this whole video with everything being sprinkles and sunshine, because I did start to struggle a bit on some of those levels. And versus talking about every relic I did, I'm gonna focus on the ones that I thought were just the hardest. The first level I struggled on was Fumbling in the Dark. That is completely dark and you have to collect Tiki Masks to keep a light on, and if you don't collect it, then your light goes off and then basically you lose. This particular level was hard because I kept losing my light towards the end of the level and I didn't know where to go, and also I'm speeding, so I'm running really fast, I'm missing platforms. It's just more annoying than it is hard. Oh. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Yes, bro. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, I've been doing this thing since it's been 2 hours. Just 2 hours of playing this level. The next one I struggled on was Sunset Vista. And this one was a struggle because it is literally the longest level in the game. On top of that, you're really speeding through these platform sections. And what kept happening to me is I would fall off a platform, fall all the way to the bottom, and that essentially just kills your run and you're not able to get the gold. And since the level was so long compared to all the other levels, it felt like when I messed up on this one, it was always towards the end and I had to do the entire process over again. The other levels are shorter, so if I mess up, it's kind of like a quick, okay, let's start again. But you lose so much progress on this level that if you don't get the gold relic the first time, you're just kind of annoyed. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh, okay, first time finishing it, so we know it's possible. If I didn't fall like 3 times, this is very doable, but I failed like 3 times. Yes! Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness. Oh, that took so long. This is such a long level. It's really lenient. You really gotta like get a bad cycle, but if you get a good cycle, it's really just staying alive in this one because it's so long. Now I know when you're thinking about these relics, you're like, hey Weeby, where's Road to Nowhere? First of all, why would you ask me that? Second of all, I know what you're thinking. This is the stage that caused me a lot of trouble throughout this game. So obviously the relic would cause me trouble. And I did struggle a bit, as you can tell by my reaction by actually finishing it. Is this it? Oh my God, finally, bro. Oh. However, there was something much, much worse than Road to Nowhere. And it was my very last relic. The only thing standing between me and the Crash 1 Platinum Trophy. Welcome to the High Road. The High Road is by far my least favorite stage in this entire game. As you can guess it, it's just a harder version of Road to Nowhere. So you can imagine my surprise when I discovered this stage existed when I thought there was only one stage like Road to Nowhere. Next level. No, there's another one. Oh my God, there's no way there's two of these, bro. There's no way they did that. Wow, no. I struggled with this stage in my regular playthrough. So just having to do the relic was even a harder process. What makes this stage harder than Road to Nowhere? First of all, it is a longer stage. There's more enemies on this stage. There's gaps. And as always, you're rushing through the stage. When I first started this relic, it wasn't even a situation where I wasn't doing it fast enough. I just couldn't even make it halfway through the stage. Bro, what in the world? Oh my goodness. And of course, this is just as bad, if not worse than the first one. I can't even get past the first little section. Oh, it's so annoying. I'm not even exaggerating. This is literally just terrible. I know people exaggerate a lot in YouTube videos and they're like, oh, this is annoying, or no, this is actually just annoying. This is one of the most annoying things I had to do. When I was watching people do the platinum runs for this stage, first of all, everybody in the comment section was like, bro, this stage is terrible. And technically you don't have to do this. You can do the Stormy Ascent stage, but I wanted to keep it with it. It just felt like a cop-out for me not to do this stage. There's ways you can go faster. I saw in the platinum run that people were running on the ropes, which I didn't know was possible. And when I kept trying that, I kept falling off. So I tried not to depend on the ropes as much as I possibly could. I would do it if I needed to avoid an enemy or something like that, but it almost felt easier not to run on the ropes. Using some of the methods I saw in those videos though, I was finally able to complete the stage, but not in the time that I needed to. And that just kept happening. And it felt like I would never reach a point where I finished the stage as fast as I needed to. Okay, I don't think I got gold, but hey, we take that, we take that. We finally finished it once, which means if we finish it once, we can finish it again. Please, 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 please. Is this faster than what usual? No, it's not. Oh. Please, 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 please be a faster time. Please. Oh my God. As you can see, I was having a hard time with this stage, and that very last run really crushed my spirit. I had to take a break, but when I came back, I was ready to put this platinum behind me and get this stage out of my face. Please, 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 please. Just be faster. Yes, practice makes perfect, which means, bro, the intrepid Crash Bandicoot. Oh my God, I have been doing this for so long. This is such a painful platinum. I do not wish this upon anybody. And what's crazy is Crash 4 is even hard. And with that, our Crash 1 journey was over. If you want to see me do the rest of the Crash series, including Crash 4, please be sure to let me know in the comment section and leave a like on the video. And happy hunting, everybody.